I'm a first-time mom, and I won't be able to experience something like having a baby shower. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. I'm expecting a first-time mom due with baby boy at the end of May, and today I'm sharing my 30-week pregnancy update with you. I've been sharing my pregnancy here on YouTube and sharing weekly updates, and I can't believe that I am 3/4 of the way through this pregnancy and we just have a couple months to go. So today I'll be following the format that I've been using to share my previous updates with you, and that includes the symptoms that I've experienced and baby prep that's happened, as well as that bump shot. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed so that you can stay tuned on any other sort of updates that may come as I'm sharing my pregnancy journey here on YouTube. So first off, let's talk about how big this baby is. My app says that this week baby is 16.18 inches and 3.3 pounds. And it says that he's still the size of a winter squash, which looks something like a pumpkin, but it says that he's been that size for the last like 3 weeks, so I don't know, hard to judge. Okay, so some symptoms that have happened this week. First off, I've been counting kicks, and this is something that my doctor talked to me about at my 28-week appointment, and so I've tried to be more mindful of that, of noticing like when he's moving and like counting all of those times. So I feel like I am getting, like I still have some kicks, but a lot of what I'm feeling now is like movement. Like I can feel him pressing up against my abdomen instead of just like kicking. Like I can feel him like moving and like turning and stuff. So that's been really interesting, and I've also been able to, I feel like, identify more of where he is. I know that when I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago, I had asked her what she thought about like his positioning, and she said that it seemed like he was head down based on like the shape of my belly and everything. So I've actually noticed more of that because I'll get kicks more like up at the top of my abdomen. And then I've also been feeling like hiccups down at the bottom, which has been like such a really cool experience. I'll feel hiccups at least like once a day. Another thing that I experienced this week has been allergies and congestion, which I've been dealing with since 10 weeks of pregnancy. So it's crazy that I've now had this for 20 weeks, but I've had on and off congestion. I also did catch 2 colds while I was pregnant, which made it even worse. But this week, I sound like I'm 85 years old, but we had a couple days where it wasn't raining. It's been like actually pretty good weather in Oregon, which is surprising. But we are getting into spring. And so my allergies, I've noticed, have just been worse. Like I've already had, like before I was pregnant, I already dealt with seasonal allergies, like getting bad allergies, and just being pregnant, I feel like it's just been heightened. And that's been a lot of like the congestion and runny nose stuff that I've experienced. So on Tuesday, I actually went home from work early because I was sitting at work and I was just blowing my nose nonstop. Like it just, this is gross, nonstop would not stop dripping. And so I went home. I also didn't sleep very well the night before because I woke up at like 4:30 because my nose was like gushing. So I went home to come take a nap and yeah, figure that all out. So that is just something else that I'm still dealing with. And this week, I just had like one day that it was really bad. All the other days have been fine. On a regular day, I'll maybe have to go through maybe like 20 to 30 tissues. That's like normal. So that's not too bad. I can survive that. But anyway, yeah, this week I did have a couple days, or like that one day mainly, that was just really bad for congestion. Another thing that I feel like I may be experiencing is like round ligament pain. Like the other night I was getting some just like a dull pain right at like where my hip is, low in my abdomen area. So I don't know what that was, but I assume that's maybe round ligament pain. I'm really grateful that I know that through this pregnancy I really haven't gained very much weight, and I don't feel like my belly has gotten huge, and so I really haven't had to deal with any sort of like aches or pains or anything like that. So I am grateful, and this is the first time I've experienced any sort of like maybe like round ligament pain, and I'm sure that like as I do get bigger, like I will experience more of those aches and discomfort, but for right now it is pretty much like under control. The other thing is that I'm noticing the baby higher. Like I mentioned, when I can feel him kick, like I feel more kicks like up at the top, and it's crazy because it was just felt like a few weeks ago I could really only feel him up to maybe like an inch above my belly button, and now I feel him so far up that I'm like, I feel like you are like in my ribs. He's so far. So it's been crazy to feel him, to kind of like, I feel it come up and up more and more as he's getting bigger and my uterus is growing and just everything is growing. Like, he is more prominent, like further up at the top. Other things this week have been heartburn, which I've dealt with throughout pregnancy, and there's just some days that are better than others. Also, something that's kind of new is I've been feeling a bit dizzy. Like earlier this week, I had like a couple times where I like stood up and then I had to like sit back down and just felt like a little off balance and my head was a little woozy. So I have noticed that I've been feeling a little bit dizzy and just need to be more careful when I'm like getting up. Don't get up too fast. So let's talk about baby prep that's happened this week. Nesting has been a huge part of our schedule this week. Jacob and I have been going through the nursery. Jacob has like hung up things in the nursery and it looks so good. And we have like a vlog coming out about doing that and like getting the house ready. We're also just like cleaning up the house. We moved in this house in September and there's still things that we just haven't done to it, like decor wise, and so I just want to get like the house ready. And so I've made some orders on Target. I've ordered like a bunch of decor, and Jacob will be like putting that up as well. So our walls have been really bare. So besides just like getting the nursery ready, I felt like I wanted to get more of the house ready, which included like going through our closet under the stairs, which is like massive, and just like getting rid of things that we don't need or don't use and just reorganizing it. As well as, yeah, just getting the rest of the house ready and like decorated and feeling like home. I just want to feel settled. I'm just have that like feeling. So that is something that we did accomplish this week, is like basically having like all the nursery decor like up and ready, and I'm so excited. It's looking so good, and I'll definitely be doing a nursery tour whenever that time may come. Like the one big thing that we don't have yet is a crib mattress, and so the room kind of looks funky because it's like everything else is set up so nicely, and then we just don't have a crib mattress yet because we haven't had like baby showers or anything. Which also brings me to the next topic of conversation. You guys, it's been kind of a stressful week. I know that I talked about this in my last pregnancy update video about the concerns over the virus that's going around right now. And I don't want to worry and don't want to freak out, but I'm just trying to be prepared and alert. So in my update last week, it was like there's been a couple cases in the state of Oregon. And then this week there's been several more, except testing, we have like no tests. And so there's a lot more cases, but there's just still so much unknown as to what's going on. But also this week, so the governor of Oregon actually banned events of more than 250 people for the next 4 weeks. And that includes, you know, things like our church is more than 250 people. So there's just a lot of things that are going to change in the next month. And I really hope that this is done in the next month, but obviously I'm not a health professional. I don't know what it's going to be like, but all of these things are just kind of like freaking me out. Of like a lot of things are getting canceled, and a lot of companies here in Portland are having their employees work from home. Mine is not. And there's just a lot of like concern that's going around, and not that I want to freak out about it, but hopefully the things that are being done are just precautionary. Obviously I don't know that. Again, not a health professional, not medical advice, not giving any sort of medical claims, but just as like a regular person experiencing all of this, it's kind of scary. And I've just felt like there are a lot of things in my life right now that I don't have control over. And I know that for me personally, control is one of those things that I just struggle with, and I want to have control. But like right now, it's like I don't have control over the virus stuff, over for myself or for family health. Like I don't have any control over that. I don't have control over the fact that like even if I wanted to go get hand sanitizer or cleaners or medicines or anything, I can't do that. I'm also like concerned about what the supply chain is going to look like here in a few months, with so many things being stopped and being like on pause. Like Will I be able to get these things in a couple months? I don't know. So there's just a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknowns, and basically everything I don't have control over, and it's kind of a scary time. I'm trying to remind myself to take a deep breath and also just really like be in my Bible and be in a time of prayer for all of this, because while I do personally find, some sort of peace when it comes to having control over things, like I don't have true peace unless I am like in prayer and in God's word. And so those are things that I know that I need to be more focused on in this time. And if I wasn't pregnant, I would still be like concerned about it and like anxious about it. But I feel like being pregnant is just like this whole other level of concern, because I don't know what it's going to look like by the time that baby's here either. So that's just something that I keep thinking of. And also, I have 3 baby showers scheduled in the month of April. I have one on April 4th, the 11th, and the 25th. And like the 4th, I'm not sure now that is going to happen, which makes me so sad. And then the one on the 11th is actually a family one, and we have a lot of like older family relatives who would have been coming to that, and so I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that either. A lot of these things I know like it's too soon to tell, and we're going to have to like play it by ear, but for right now it makes me so sad to think that this is like I'm a first-time mom, and I won't be able to experience something like having a baby shower. Like, I know that sounds dumb, and in the grand scheme of things, it's way more important for people to be healthy and to like take precautions. I totally get that, but it's also just like when I pictured what it would look like being a first-time mom and being in this last stretch of pregnancy, like I pictured it like being able to get the nursery ready and having baby showers and being able to like settle in and like enjoy this season. And right now it honestly just feels frantic with everything that's going on. So I'm trying to remain hopeful that we can do the baby showers, but I'm also trying to like not get my hopes up, because it's very likely that they would be canceled, and which just like breaks my heart. And I know that like when you have a baby shower, most of the time you like have one for your first kid and then maybe you don't for your second, but I may not get one for my first kid, so I definitely may do one for my second. So that's what I'm gonna say on that. And it just has honestly been stressful of being pregnant and doing this. And I don't want to stress or worry anyone else, but I'm just sharing like, hey, I'm a first-time mom and I'm nervous, and also the situation just kind of sucks. But also knowing like I need to put my trust in God, and that is way more important than a baby shower or anything like that. Okay, sorry that was very long and dramatic, and I didn't mean to be. And again, I don't want to worry anyone. And again, I'm not a medical professional and I don't know what's going to happen with all of this, but I'm just sharing from my own experience what I'm feeling and like how I'm seeing things and what's happening where I personally live. Okay, enough of all of that. Here's the bump shot. So here's a look at the belly at 30 weeks. Alright, you guys, well, thank you so much for hanging out for this 30-week pregnancy update. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more pregnancy update videos. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.
Did you ever